so proudly we hailed, and the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fights, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red blast, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land under the free, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. This land of the brave, the US of A. Oh, traitors that star-spangled banner, yeah, wave for the land of the free, and the home of the
Good evening, ladies and gents. Repeat back with you. It's another Saturday night. That means it's time for the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series. Tonight, we're making lefts and rights, boys and girls, from the great Watkins Glen Raceway in Watkins Glen, New York. Well, keeping up right now with Brandon Moore, 47, the guy that got it done last week. Going to try to go ahead and get it done again this week. This Mountain Dew amp machine was bad fast last week, and he's going to try to go 2 for 2 up to see if he can. Right now, Brandon Moore's out there, Jaden Sanchez also out there, Caleb Shelton, Cameron Smith, and others. Going to have just about 15 guys going to try to put put their machine on pole and hope that when they all go diving into turn number 1 for the first lap, there isn't any kind of a colossal issue as you start to see the 47 really try to pick up his pace, get up these hills, get onto the backstretch, and we'll watch him all the way through the bus stop, all the way through the carousel, and all the way throughout his lap. But let's kind of keep up with all these drivers, see who's going to be able to put that fastest pole time down, and hope that clean air and not too much traffic a little bit further in the back will be able to be key for these guys to come across with that W. Very, very slow turn through the carousel. Up, use a little bit of that extra runoff area. Down, these guys will be shifting many, many times throughout the evening, either through paddles or the shifters. So it's going to be, just adds a little extra. This by far is probably the favorite road course for me in general. So watching Brandon Moore come across, this will be his first time lap. Let's see if Jaden Sanchez, Caleb Shelton, Philip Bridgman, or Cameron Smith will have anything to say about that. Oh, hard wreck into one. It's going to be 112.85 though, so we'll pick up with the 18 now. That's going to be Jaden Sanchez again in this pink M&M's Toyota Camry. Again, he's going to go ahead and try to see what he can do here. This will be his official lap. And it looks like Jaden, he's going to go P number 2. A little bit further in the back, how about the one and only Philip Bridgman in his Aerokinetics number 48? I'm guessing he didn't like something on his warm-up lap. So we'll move on up with the 9 of Cameron Smith as he just came across the start stripe to put down a lap of 1:14. Let's actually go ahead and show you what these guys are doing right now. We'll go ahead and pull up your scoring pylon so you see what kind of times they're actually running. Let me go ahead and reset that right quick because it doesn't look quite right. A little bit of a gap there between 9th and 10th. So we'll go ahead and restart that streaming software and get going and see what these guys got. And let's see. There we go. So yeah, only 4 people had taken time. We're not quite sure why it was showing 9 or 10 people, but there we go. Now it's 100% accurate. Again, if you're out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or iRock TV through your favorite Roku streaming device, welcome aboard. Let's go ahead and take a quick gander at the sound options for you. Make sure that you're hearing these motors in the best possible light. There we go. Looks like the 9, he got his lap complete again at 1:14.47. That's going to be good enough for P4. And again, I mentioned that there's about 15 guys out here that will be on track, going to try to race it out for race number 2 in the first round of the playoffs. In fact, I'll go ahead while we're waiting for the next one to go on out and take their time. Let's go ahead and show you what that schedule is going to look like, meanwhile keeping everything up on the left-hand side. So Dover, we got it done last week. The 47 was bad fast. The GLEN this week, and next week we are going to Tennessee for Bristol, and what a race that will be. So it looks like only 4 people are going to go ahead and take time. We'll go ahead and clear the boards, and we will go ahead and show you what our grid is going to look like. So Caleb Shelton in that Pepsi number 73, he's going to put that machine on pole. Jaden Sanchez is going to be P number 2 in his 18. P3, Brandon Moore in that 47, the guy, again, that got it done last week at Dover. Cameron Smith in that number 9, going to start P4. P5, Aaron Bradford in that 95, that old Wrangler machine. Then we got 55, James Bryant, P6 to round out row number 3. Row 4 is going to be Josh Small in his 27. P8, Brian Hunt in that 23 Toyota. P9, Jim Colemansberger in that 11 with Jacob Carter to his outside for P10. P11 is going to be James Sellner in the famed 43 with Jerron Carber in the 42 to round out our top 12. The rest of the field is going to look like Philip Bridgman in the 48, one of the lone Canadians in the field. 37 of Matthew Hunsaker for 14th. And to round out, again, our 15-car field is going to be Jacob Delgado in that 29. So 15 guys about to tackle the ups and downs, lefts and rights, uppercuts, low cuts, bus stops, carousels, all the way through. Again, Watkins Glen, New York. Again, I am Repeat, and this is the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series brought to you live, and I cannot wait to see exactly how this race is tackled. 47 knows that he doesn't have to do anything special this evening. All he's got to do is stay up in the points, but he knows that automatically he will advance to the second round of the playoffs when we start up in just 2 very, very short weeks. All right, let's go ahead and clear your starting order. Let's see if we can actually show you what these guys look like in practice right quick while we're waiting on things to kick off. Looks like Brandon Moore was the fastest in practice with a 1:11.736. Caleb Shelton's going to be P2. Jaden Sanchez, Matthew Hunsaker, and Brian Hunt. So that was your top 5. Jim Coleman'sberger, Cameron Smith, James Bryan, Duran Carver, and James Sellner all the way through your top 10. So pretty good practice times for a lot of these guys as well. And it's going to be interesting to see. You know, we always have road ringers when we get to here in Sonoma and Coda and all these other places that just seem to shine. They've got the whole gearing down. They've got the shifting. They've got the where they got to get on the brake, where they got to get on the gas. They get down each of their marks and have no issue whatsoever. Are we going to see that out of the 73s? The 18, since he's going to be able to start outside. Has he got something for these guys? The 47, last week's winner, Brandon Moore, is starting right now in P4. Cameron Smith throwing himself in the mix after having an issue last week. So a lot can happen, a lot can go on, but the 18 and the 73, all they're thinking about is their restart and what they've got to do and how much they're going to have to look in that rearview mirror when it comes to turn 1 on the beginning of this race and not have any kind of an issue, not to get rammed into the rear end and sent into the corner. So we'll have to see. A lot of these guys have raced. Well, I don't want to say a lot, but there's a few guys out here that tend to race each other just a little bit harder than others. Are we going to see more of that, or will we see any kind of issues in the runoff areas? You know, not giving way to guys that are faster. There's so many different things that can happen on road courses, but these guys are absolutely ready to battle it out. Let's go ahead and bring up your track map. That way you can see everywhere these guys are all night long. Again, this is the Watkins Glen International Raceway in Watkins Glen, New York. I'm ready to go. Hope you are. Coming through the final couple of turns and about ready to set this thing on fire. Again, Caleb Shelton in at 73. Pepsi Machine is your pole sitter. 18 of Jaden Sanchez, and let's get ready to roll.
Green.
Green flag's out. Looks like we might have just a little bit of an issue behind our leader in that 73. I watched the 18 come up through the S's and whatnot. It looked really, really loose. So Brandon Moore back here in his 47, he's going to be able to take that spot away, move himself up to P2. 18 fighting hard back on the inside, coming through the last couple turns before we go ahead and complete it. 18 is going to check up a moment. 47 is going to be able to go ahead and take that spot yet one more time. This time, no challenge. Just quick downshift. Get ready to get back on the throttle. Use a little bit of runoff and really dig all through this main straightaway, the front stretch. There we go. I'll get it out one of these days. And yeah, let's go. All right, so let's go ahead and go through our field after we bring up our scoring pylon right quick. and show you exactly what we've got going on, kind of reintroduce you to everybody here in Bump and Run. It's going to be a bit of an interesting night, as you can see, all the way from turn 1 on the track map up into the bus stop. Quite a bit of separation, a little bit of a hornet's nest right around the middle, but we got a battle right now for P2. 18 is going to be able to go ahead and take that back. 47, though, it just seems like he's got his breaking points down. 18's going to loop it around, lock it down, don't hit that inside wall, and so far, so good. Doesn't look like he... Oh, 11's going to get collected by the 18. That is going to be... I just saw him dropping back a little bit. Here's Jaden, so he's just got to wait for his spotter to say, hey, all clear, and back it up, let's go. But, man, very, very unfortunate for Jaden after having one hell of a start. But it's just the loose restarts, loose tires, until they get some heat and some grip in them, and then they go just fine. Again, 15 bumping runners out here on Watkins Glen. Let's work our way back up as Caleb Shelton went ahead and put down the fastest lap of the evening. Let's introduce you one more time to everybody as part of Bump and Run. Caleb Shelton in this number 73 from Greenfield, Indiana. Started on poles. He's not letting go. In fact, the last lap he went to Plaid, putting down a lap of 1:12.78. Brandon Moore, P number 2 from Johnson City, Tennessee. In that number 47 Camaro, also up one spot after starting P3. Aaron Bradford back here in this number 95 from Frankfort, Kentucky. Again, love this Wrangler scheme. Always a fan. Right behind him, you're going to find the one and only Jacob Carter from Coleman, Iowa. So he's already up 6 spots with some of the issues that we've had a little bit further in the back. But behind him is going to be Jim Coleman'sberger from Parlin, New Jersey. And his onboard, he's probably going to have some damage on that left front. Let's see if we can, I'm sorry, the right front rather. Let's see if we can actually pick up on a little bit of that, because he definitely hit the 18 with a decent amount of speed. But it may not have been so much that, that it's going to cause a lot, because he caught him in a little bit of a slower area on track. But again, Jim Coleman'sberger from Parlin, New Jersey. Behind him is going to be James Sellner in this Steel Panther. I kind of liking that decal. From Peoria, Illinois. I actually kind of like that car a lot. The Fame 43 up 5 spots right now, sitting P number 6. Philip Bridgman back here in his Aerokinetics machine. One of the sole Canadians. In fact, actually, I take that back. Tonight he is the sole Canadian on track. Again, Aerokinetics number 48 from Ontario. Niagara Quick Dry on board. Duran Carver 4 spots up in this number 42 Mountain Dew Ant machine from Perryton. I'm not quite sure if that's Perryton, Maine. I might have to ask him at some point. But yeah, him and his Camaro also doing pretty well, up 4. Brian Hunt Jr. back 1 spot in his number 23 Sirius XM machine from Tom's River, New Jersey. I grew up close by. You'd figure I would know exactly how to say that. But Earnhardt Mind, after 3 bumps, see ya. Cameron Smith also in this number 9 Camaro in his onboard. This Napa machine is always up towards the front when it's all said and done. Josh Small back here from Beverly, West Virginia, and his Ford Mustang GT. Number 28, down 4 spots. I'm not quite sure if that's going to have something to do with the 18 that we saw an issue with or what, but definitely falling back through the field. James Bryan in this number 55 Toyota, down 6 spots right now from Ball Ground, Georgia. So down 6, P12, long way to go. Kind of like the silhouette here, pretty clean. Jaden Sanchez, the guy that we saw kind of lose it a little bit from Scotch Plains, New Jersey, and yeah, he's got a fast car, just needs to be patient and work his way through. Only on lap 5 of 35, so 30 more laps to go, and a lot of time to do everything when you got a decent pace. All right, behind him is going to be Matthew Hunsaker and his onboard, that 37 machine. This Ford Mustang GT, right now he's still in 14th, right where he started. So I'll have to see if he can work his way through. And then, of course, Jacob Delgado unable to make the race tonight. So we got 14 out here on track. All right, so let's go ahead and clear all that, get back up with Caleb Shelton. And just as I say that, I'm actually going to skip that and get back with Jacob Carter. He just put down the brand new fastest lap with a 1:12.48 for these Cup cars. That's not a bad time at all. Nobody's got into the 111s as of yet, like what we saw in practice. But again, it could have also been just a little bit of a draft lap. All right, let's go ahead and clear out the driver info. And let's actually catch up with Jacob Carter's onboard, since he's the one that ran the fastest lap last time. Let's go ahead and jump with his onboard and take a lap around Watkins Glen with him. Right now he's in P number 3, so he's coming through the last sets or the last couple corners right now. And we'll take a full lap around with Jacob. So be prepared. Go ahead and turn on that surround sound. Go ahead and be prepared to crank it up. And let's take a lap around Watkins Glen. Let's go. Coming to complete that lap, absolutely showing that that number 20 is bad fast. So Jacob Carter in that Toyota getting on by Aaron Bradford and others to move on up to P number 3. The Hooters machine that he just passed, that was not for position, although it looked like a pretty good battle. The Hooters 37, I believe, is going to be Matthew Hunsaker. Yeah, right here. That did actually just put him one lap down, since Caleb Shelton, Brandon Moore, and Jacob Carter are able to all get by. The next car that's actually in jeopardy of going a lap down is going to be this guy right here, the 55 of James Bryan. And if we look from the gearbox of him right now, you don't see the leader. He's not that close, but with the faster times that the leaders run here at the Glen, it's only just a matter of time. But he is already 53 seconds back. So when you figure these guys are running 112s around this place, it'll just be a matter of time before the 53 is caught and lapped. Right along with the 28 of Josh Small as well. So a few of these guys, they've got to try to pick up the pace if they can, all the while still trying to keep up with traffic. Newest fastest man in town is going to be this 47, the one they're able to get closest so far to running that 111. Just ran a 1:12.45. I can actually go ahead and show you what the laps look like. Take a little bit of a break from the tower, and here you go. These are the best times that were run by each driver so far. So again, I just mentioned that the 47 sitting P2 ran a 1:12.45. Leaders so far 1:12.54. 1:12.47, so Carter just 2/100ths off of Moore. Bradford and on back just a little bit slower, but not by much. Everybody else in the 114s, 115s, 116s. But how about Jaden Sanchez back there in P18? His fastest lap's a 1:12.69, so he's got the speed. And he's got the time to work his way on back up, because this track is so long and tends to get very, very spread out, you can absolutely run up on some guys pretty quick and make up a whole lot of time. So it'll be interesting. Jaden Sanchez fell all the way back to 13th or 14th. I'm not quite sure if he's already passed Hunsaker or not. But it'll be interesting to see what Jaden Sanchez is able to do as the night goes on. All right, so you want to know, are you a Chevy, Toyota, or Ford guy? Well, here's so far also, it's still kind of keeping an eye on the scoring pile where your favorite make and model are. Are you a Chevy Camaro? Are you a Ford Mustang GT kind of guy? Or are you a Toyota Camry TRD kind of guy? Well, there you go. Pair of Chevys right now leading the race with Shelton and Moore. Carter in the Toyota sitting P3, and then it's a whole bunch more bow ties between 4th and 8th. Another Toyota, another Chevy, another Ford, a couple more Toyotas, a Ford, and a Chevy. Definitely seems like there are more Chevys in the field than any other. All right, let's go ahead and get back to our gap. And lots and lots going on as it looks like Brandon Moore decided to go ahead and bring his machine down pit road. Something tells me with 25 to go, he's pitting right where he knows he can make it till the end. Caleb Shelton continues to lead in this number 73 Pepsi machine. No issues for him whatsoever. Jacob Carter a little bit further back. You see the gap between first and second on the scoring pylon. It's a good 8.5 seconds back, so still trying to get up there. But Caleb not really having to fight too much. He's just been able to set sail as he exits a bus stop. I can't talk tonight. Getting into the carousel, and you see that 18 right behind him. So 18 needs to get up here. He needs to try to get on by and get his lap back. I'll take a look. I don't believe he has gone down. Nope, he has not gone down pit road as of yet. Brandon Moore, Brian Hunt, Jaden Sanchez, and Matthew Hunsaker have gone down pit road. So the 18, that's why he went down a lap. He didn't go down a lap when he wrecked. He went down a lap to go ahead and grab tires. And pretty soon, we'll see just how much 2-lap fresher tires actually mean here at the Glen. Looking high above with the Goodyear blimp from Watkins Glen. This is the back half of the track. You see the bus stop right there, and then of course the carousel, the backstretch heading back towards turns 5 and 6. So pretty wine country here at the Glen. Very, very scenic, and from what I hear, I've never been here. But from what I hear, there's almost not really a bad seat in the house. Anywhere they've got seating, usually some pretty good passing zones or some areas that have seen a lot of history at this track. So let's go ahead and bring it on back. Looks like James Sellner Jr. in his 43. He's going to go ahead and lock it up and come on down pit road. I believe pit road speed about 45 here, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, absolutely loving this 43 scheme. Kind of liking the Panther on the back, Steel Panther. Looks like Jerron Carver in his 42 Mountain Dew machine after setting one of the fast laps earlier. He's going to come on down pit road. So is the 48 Aerokinetics machine for Philip Bridgman. So all these guys coming down right now, they know by coming down they can make it the rest of the way. All they've got to do is just make sure that it stays, the car stays under them on those new tires. Talking about new tires, Jacob Carter still has not yet come on down pit road. Kind of surprised. The top 4 have not come down pit road. The 47 of Brandon Moore, the AMP Mountain Dew machine, he did come down pit road on lap 10. A couple others came on down lap 2, a few more on lap 12. So just trying to make sure that they've got the best possible chance to make up to some time and get on up there and possibly have something for the 73 of Caleb Shelton when it's all said and done. Jim Coleman'sberger right now in this number 11 after making contact. He might have actually gone through the 18 when the 18 spun out. I can't be 100% sure because I don't see any damage whatsoever on the front end of this Camaro. And with cautions being very, very few at the road courses, he's probably kind of happy about that. But he's yet to go down pit road. Cameron Smith right now on pit road in his number 9 Napa Know-How Camaro. As you see him come to a complete stop in his box. Left side tires going up, going on. Let's see, right sides. Yep, right side's going up and going on. Fuel getting dumped as we speak, and it'll come on out and try to pick up some time. But so far, he is the one to come on down pit road, the latest. So Cameron Smith coming on down. So far, nobody else joining him as of yet. 21 laps to go here from the Glen. Again, I am Repeat, and this is the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series. Tonight live on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and of course through your favorite Roku TV or Roku streaming device in beautiful 4K. If you do have a Roku TV or if you've got a Roku box, go on over, look up the iRock TV logo that you see on the bottom left-hand side. It's an absolutely free app. All podcasts, clubs, communities, league streams, all of everything, all POV streams are broadcast and rebroadcast in beautiful 4K, all again absolutely free of charge. So again, go on over to the streams page, search out iRock TV, and download it. I promise you will not be disappointed. Amazing stream quality. So Caleb Shelton's going to go on by one more to put him a lap down, and he is yet to come down pit road. So it'll be interesting. Let me see if I can actually pull up the driver's last lap times right now and see if it will show us the history. And of course, nope, it's not, but that is all right. Let's try. Nope, that ain't gonna work either. All right, anyhow. Okay, so we know that Caleb is still leading, and as you can see, the 20 of Carter is still sitting P2. He was 8+ seconds behind, so he's able to, looks like, gain a little bit of time down to 7.8. So he just needs a lot more of that if he's going to try to catch up to the 73. As you can also see, everybody from P6 on back. So talk about the 43 of Sellner right here. He is the first car one lap down. But once Shelton, Carter, Moore, Coleman'sberger, and the 23 of Hunt come down pit road, they'll be able, the lap cars will be a little bit fewer, and we'll see a few more that can try to battle it out for the lead. For the lead, Jim Coleman'sberger right now on pit road in his number 11 machine. So he's going to come on down pit road with 19 to go. Will actually come across the start stripe and make it 18 as he crosses underneath Barney and the flag stand right there. So he's going to pull to the attention of his pit crew, grab 4 brand new Eagle Fuel Goods, go ahead and top it off with that Sunoco E15 fuel and do what he's got to do. There you see, and yeah, left side's going up, rights will be next, and then of course the fuel, he'll come on back out. Still everybody, though, chasing this guy. That right there is the gap between first and second, as the driver in first place is already through turns 1 and 2. He's just now winding it down, trying to shift, hit his brake points, and come through turn number 1. Nobody else on pit road. As you can see, pit road is completely clear at the moment. Still waiting on Shelton. Still waiting on Carter, first and second. James Bryan a little bit further in the back. Also another guy that is not yet pit. So James Bryan, let's catch up with him right now. He's in this number 55, right along with Josh Small a little bit further back here in his number 28 Eagle 1 Ford Mustang GT. He's going into the bus stop. Let's see, the rumble strips left, rumble strips right. Get a little bit of runoff. Carry it a little bit, as much speed as you can into the carousel. Keep it down as low as you can. Use a little bit of this runoff here. Not going to use much. That kind of tells me that he's not opening up the wheel enough. He can carry a little bit more speed off that corner if he'd open up the wheel. Like you just see the 47 up there a little bit further back. So 47 did it right. And that's why Brandon Moore right now still sitting P3. And yes, he has gone down pit road. And talking about pit road, here we go. Caleb Shelton, he was our pole sitter. He's going to pull into that first pit stop, or pit box, I should say, and get ready to grab his fuel and tires. Looks like him and Jacob Carter, who's P3, he's going to be able to pull out right behind. So these guys get up and go through the S's, try to carry as much speed. 73 finding out on those colder tires, going to be just a little bit loose. Don't want to push too hard at the get-go. Here comes the 20. Just with that little bit of a hiccup that the 73 made, 20 was able to make up quite a bit of time. But all in all, we got a new leader. 47 of Brandon Moore, and he's got a good 7+ seconds back to Caleb Shelton in that 73. 20 of Carter back to P3. Brian Hunt up to P4. And we had just about up to P6 I mentioned earlier. That was one lap or more down. Well, now it actually goes back to P9. Sanchez should more than likely fall one lap down. He, because of that damage earlier, had to come on down pit road and fix up just a little bit. But he's going to come to the attention of his pit. Let's see if he actually grabs tires this time, or if this is just a fuel stop only. Sliding it into his box. Yep, left side's going to go on up. Wheels spinning in the back. Right side, let's see. Yep, right side's going up, so he's pulling. He wants 4 tires. He knows that he's got a very, very fast Toyota waiting on the last little bit of fuel before he exits pit road. Unless he got a speeding penalty, that could very well be what happened with him. So that's going to cost him even more time. All right, so 47 leading again. Carter 8 seconds behind. It means Caleb Shelton actually ended up getting passed by the 20. I think that 73 might be fighting a very, very loose Camaro as we go into the bus stop. Yeah, you see that the back end of that machine wiggling around all over the place. 23 now of Brian Hunt all over the back end of that machine. Might need to just drop a little Pepsi, fluid on a track, right? But man, definitely a very, very fast car. We'll see if Jacob Carter can catch up to Brandon Moore. Brian Hunt's going to try to do his best to take over a podium position and make it an even better point sight. What a battle here. Oh, don't want to touch him. Let's actually jump on board with Brian Hunt as he tries to take this spot away. This is up with the 73 of Caleb, really fighting, sawing on that wheel. You see the 20 of Jacob Carter right up ahead, right along. I believe that's going to be the 95, possibly, kind of holding on. Again, that's going to be Aaron. Nope, well, that wasn't Aaron Bradford. That might have been the 43 of James Sellner. Nope, not James either. So, yeah, back here. Nope, it's going to be the 28. So that is Josh Small, kind of holding up the leaders just a little bit. and that's going to allow the 23 to get on by as well as the 73. So move Josh Small back to P12, down 5 spots from where he started. But so far, though, if we're talking about biggest movers and guys that are really making up some time on this road course, you'd have to mention Jacob Carter, sitting right now P2 in his Toyota, up 8 spots since the beginning of this race. All right, looks like Brian Hunt, he's going to go ahead and take it on down pit road. So Brian giving up 4th spot to do what he can. And the fastest man on track last time, no surprise there. It's going to be the 73 of Caleb Shelton, really running down the 20 of Jacob Carter. 13 laps to go. 8 seconds right now between Carter and the leader. I don't know if the 73 will have enough time, but Caleb Shelton moving on up just a little bit more. Just posting the fastest lap going to Plaid, 1:12.07. So just about a 1:12 flat. A little bit of draft there, but man, you got to be able to hit your marks just right in order to hit these kind of times. And while I don't think he's going to catch the 47 unless something happens, I think he's going to put forth a very, very valiant effort. We'll have to see. Remember, mark lap 13 to go, I should say. 8 seconds between Moore. Between Moore and Caleb Shelton. If he can get around this 20 and try to set sail, I think the 73 might have something, but he's not going to have enough time to catch the leader. But it will, again, be one hell of a valiant effort. If you just joined out there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or iRock TV on Roku, welcome aboard. This is the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series from Watkins Glen this evening. This is the second race in their first round of the chase. 47 got it done last week. Is going to try to go ahead and get it done again this week. I am repeating. Like I said, welcome, welcome, welcome. You got to wonder if Caleb thinks maybe Jacob cannot go the rest of the way. So he's just going to sit there and kind of ride. Because either that or when he was putting down those bad fast laps, he was just wearing his stuff out. I really don't know. Bot Fusion says, let's go! Pete, been a while since I tuned in. Absolutely. Good to see you, man. Wish I still had my rig so I could race. Me too, dude. It would actually be really, really good to see you. Congratulations on the addition to your family. Absolutely saw that, man. And yeah, changes coming and going every single day. But man, good to see you out there. Thank you. Absolutely great to see you. Married man now and all that. Whew. Bod Fusion. Boy, that brings back some memories. Tell you what, if you ever catch that guy on Twitch when he's streaming, sometimes it's like earlier in the morning or whatever. If you've got a tune that you want him to play on his guitar, the man's just really, really good, and not just picking. He can do a pretty good job singing as well. Dark Racer, hey man, how are you? I'm doing all right, Dark Racer. Thanks again for coming out. Absolutely appreciate it. I hope all is well on your side also. These guys been getting after it all race long. 11 to go, just about ready to get to the single digits. The 73 has been the man on the mission all night long. But Brandon Moore, I don't know if it was by virtue of coming down pit road a couple laps earlier or what. He's been able to take the lead. He won last week at Dover, so he knows that he's got no issue going into the next round of the playoffs. But hey man, we're all out there for points and trophies and pride. We are all competitors at heart. If you're not a competitor, there's really no sense in you being on the track. But definitely welcome for your first time out there, Dark Racer. Definitely appreciate you. He's out there on the land of Twitch. Jacob Carter talking about him just a little bit ago. Dirty Bird! We'll talk about really taking it back right along with Bod Fusion. Dirty Bird 33 says, great stuff, Pete. Man, always great to hear from you and HD and everybody from yesteryear, man. Definitely appreciate checking in. This is the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series tonight, live from the GLEN, the Go Bowling 40 Go Bowling 40, something like that. But yeah, been really getting after it. Brandon Moore leading. Caleb Shelton have been the fastest guy in town most of the evening. But Jacob Carter, this guy right here, he just went down and got just a little bit closer to that 111, running a 112.05, just 2/100ths rather, faster than anybody else in town. Expert says, is this a repeat stream? This is Expert. Good to see you out there as well. Also on Twitter. Dirty Bird says, sounding great. Good to see you still at it. Dirty, this is a labor of love. Would not give it up for all the tea in China. Maybe for a little bit of the rice. I think they got more rice than they do tea in China. But yeah, man, I know what you mean. Absolutely good to see you. We'll have to kind of catch up sometime. Absolutely have to catch up sometime. But 20 coming on up to that Eagle One number 28, as it looks like James Bryan, he's going to bring his 55 Toyota down pit road, right along with Aaron Bradford in that number 95 Wrangler machine. And Jaden Sanchez, this guy, unfortunately, very, very fast Toyota, not going to be able to get on up there and do anything with the leaders. I'm sure when this is all said and done, with after 8 more laps, he is going to wish he had a mulligan or a redo button on his stream deck to rewind this race and take it over. The man got loose once, got a little bit of damage, and yeah, his race kind of went down from there. But yeah, still right now the 47 amp Mountain Dew machine for Brandon Moore. He's got 27 laps in the bag, and as you can see, everybody up to P4 still on the lead lap. Coleman'sberger in P5 would be the first guy 1 lap down. And then, of course, you got Carver, Bridgman, Hunsaker, Bryan, and Hunt. Dirty Bird says, absolutely, I may be getting a little itch to get my broadcasting pants back on. Hey, Dirty Bird, absolutely, man. Keep in touch. Send me a friend's message over on Discord. We can absolutely make it happen. I'd love to have you aboard, sir. So keeping up with the last car on the lead lap, let's go ahead and take a look ahead from him right now. See exactly what he's dealing with. There you see the 42, Jerron Carver right behind him. That is this is a battle for position. But let's jump on board with the nose for this Milky Way machine right now. See exactly what he's dealing with. How about you, Dirty Bird? How about you? Oh, a little wide getting into the corner. Going to have to kind of short it. Maybe backpedal on the throttle a little bit. Last turn, use just a little bit of those rumble strips. This tells me that he's not opening up the wheel enough to really carry that momentum. Let the rear end slide out just a little bit. Catch those rumble strips and carry that momentum off the corner. 42 still fighting hard. The S's are not the place to really pass. You might be able to catch them, though, in a breaking point getting into the bus stop. We'll go ahead and jump on board with him right now. Actually jump into the cockpit with him. See if he's close enough to make any kind of a challenge. But nope, not going to have it going into the bus stop, at least not on this lap. Really swinging it. Lefts and rights on the rumble strips, making up all kinds of time on that 11. So he's better than him through the technical parts of the track. And really trying to keep it low all the way through the bottom of the carousel. Carry a whole lot of speed. I think if the 42 would open up the wheel as well, use that runoff area, he might make up just a little bit more time. Talk about making up time a little bit further back. Here we are, 47. This is our leader, attempting to try to put the 9 another lap down. That's going to be Cameron Smith. Cameron right now sitting in P11 down. Whoa, 47 having to lock him up. Not quite sure what happened right there. Good thing is the 47, he's got enough of a gap over the rest of the field. Well, actually, I take that back. Look at this. Here's the battle for the lead. Let's rewind that and see exactly what happened between the 47 and the 9. We're going to take this back old school because that could have been really bad. Let's stop that. Let's switch on over to the nose cone for the 47 and see exactly what happened right there. Let's play this out. 9 comes across his nose, no issue right there. Both of them out on the rumble strips. 9 just really hits that brake early. 47 had to do his best to check up and also lock him up. That's why we saw the tire smoke. I'll back this up one more time to where you see where you get right there, and let's play this out because you're going to see all kinds of tire smoke from this 47. Let's play it. Yeah, he had to really try to lock him up and then lock him up not to get into the wall. All right, so let's go ahead and bring it back live. So Caleb Shelton able to get on by the 20 of Jacob Carter. So Jacob Carter was just battling the 47. Now you see Caleb Shelton getting up there. I said on lap 11, or was it 13? Yeah, it was lap 13. I did not think the 73 was going to be able to get on up here and do anything with the 47 or more. Is it just because he had to lock him up that cost him a legit 8 seconds? Man, if so, the 9 owes him a case of Mountain Dew or something a whole lot stronger than amp to apologize, because he might have just cost him the win. The only thing that the 47 can rest easy on is knowing that since he won last week at Dover, he does not have to worry about advancing to the next round. I'll actually show you what their schedule is going to look like as we continue to race it on. Watkins Glen tonight, Bristol next week for 200 laps around the last great Coliseum. So since he won last week, he knows that he's good. The 73 has been very, very strong all season long. And no surprise that he's up here. I didn't think he was going to be able to make up 8 seconds. But when you're locking up those tires, anything can and will happen. Last time we saw this guy right here in the 20 for Jacob Carter, he was battling with the 47, like I mentioned just a little bit ago. 3 laps remaining here from the Glen, and something must have happened. Not quite sure if him and the 73 made a little bit of contact or exactly what it was, but let's see. Might have a little bit of a clip here. All right, so let's actually go back to Caleb Shelton right here. We'll switch around that camera. Let's actually go blimp view. Let's bring it all the way up to the blimp, and we'll see what happened here. No, that blimp is way too high. Oh, I'm sorry, not blimp. I meant chopper. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and play it out from here. So you see the two cars up ahead of them. They're battling going into turn number 1. Again, you see the 47 really lock them up. They make contact. That is how the 73 goes on by both cars. That's how the 47 was able to not fight with the 20 anymore. And that's how the 73 took the lead. Let's bring it back live. So a little bit of contact between the 20 and the 47. 20 now taking over P number 2. I'm sorry, no. 73 gave up the... What happened with Caleb Shelton? Let's go. So 47 all over the back end of the 73. Let's play it. Is this going to be a little case of a bump and run? 47 down low. He's turning to the right and trying to lock him up. And 73 is going to go around. And it looks like the 20 is going to be the big winner on that. They are all out. There is blood in the water tonight. 2 laps to go. Caleb Shelton definitely now quite a bit further back. Brandon Moore back to P number 2. Jacob Carter leading the way. Jacob Carter using that little bit of run-up. You see the 47 out there. You see the 9 as well. White flag lap. Let's go. In and out of the bus stop, nice and easy, using the rumble strips for a little bit of extra grip. By now, the tires are all heated up, got a little bit of wear on them. They're feeling nice and snug. Out of the carousel using all kinds of runoff. There you go. That's how you open up the wheel and let the Cup car eat. Down the backstretch into turn 5. Nice and easy, left-hander. Grab a gear, downshift one more time into the final turn, and the 20 of Jacob Carter coming off the last turn for the last lap. You see Barney waving that flag as hard as he can. Jacob Carter will win at Watkins Glen. Brandon Moore comes across P2. Caleb Shelton recovers for P3. James Sellner and Jerron Carver will round out your top 5. But how about everybody back to Sellner? Everybody back to Colemansberger, able to keep it on the lead lap. So great battle and one hell of a race all evening long. Not a bad hour's work, I'd say. Not a bad hour's work at all. So Jacob Carter taking his victory lap, his cool down lap, getting ready to bring it on back to Barney and bring it on back to what could be a really great smoke show. We'll have to see. See if anybody pours a little extra Haviland on those tires. Light them up. Kick the tires, light the fires, Big Daddy. All right, he says for Ken on the back. Burn them down. It's party town. Hey, when the boss says just bring the wheel back, there you go. And blow her up. Absolutely. There you go. A little bit of a jaunt up the remaining part of the hill. Park it under Barney. And call it a night. There we go. Letting her coast. At the start stripe. Pose for the picture, and there you go. All right, so again, your winner is Jacob Carter in this number 20 Toyota TRD Camry, up 9 spots on the night. So not only is the biggest mover after working his way through the field, but going to come across with the win as well. Race Lover 882 says, good race. Good race. Absolutely. All right, ladies and gentlemen, please don't nobody go nowhere. We will be right back with our top 3 in the booth. Again, we're going to start off with the 73 Pepsi machine of Caleb Shelton, down 2 spots after starting on the pole. 47 of Brandon Moore, last week's winner at Dover. Again, having a great race this evening, but nobody is going to be able to top the 20 Toyota of Jacob Carter. Stay put. We'll be right back. All right, ladies and gents, unfortunately, Caleb Shelton in that 73 Pepsi machine finishes P3, so bottom step on the podium. Not available to chat afterwards. Might be a little salty. I don't know. Definitely a great race between the top 3 all night long. So we're going to bring it on up to the 47. Brandon, you started P number 3. You're able to move on up 1 step on the podium to P2. You got it done last week at Dover. Here you are, pretty close to almost going back to back, which I think is a conversation we had last week. One hell of a race all night long. What was it between your pit stop, which I believe was at lap 10, if I'm not mistaken, and the end of the what gave you the advantage, and then ultimately got taken away by the 9, but what gave you the advantage to really jump out by almost 9 seconds, sir?
So I just figured we'd do a little bit of short pit action. That way we got to put the least amount of fuel on the car, take no tires, don't really need the tires. And then that way we would just get rotated into the lead, which it worked exactly like that. And, you know, we had a big comfortable lead until, like you stated earlier, you know, we just probably need to teach some of the rookie drivers, you know, that they pretty much just need to get out of the way if they're not even racing for any positions if the leader's coming. But they'll learn one day.
Yeah, I think it might have just been maybe an overall breaking point issue with the 9, but definitely we went back and we watched you really lock him up, not only to keep out of his back bumper, keep out of his back seat, but also not get into the wall, and you did a pretty good job of that, able to recover back to P2. So last week, Dover, you were the man. All right, here tonight, you had a great race car. And I believe next week we go to the last great Coliseum, if I'm not mistaken. I'll double check the schedule right now. Yeah, next week we go to Bristol for 200 laps. Now, I know last week when we were done at the Monster Mile, I asked you about Watkins Glen and your road racing or road course abilities. I don't recall your answer, but I will ask you, Thunder Valley. Favorite, non-favorite, or is it going to make you burn the midnight oil a little bit to pull some practice laps?
No, I love that place. It's right in my backyard at home, so it's home track, favorite track. I won't say that I'm the fastest there, but I could run some pretty good laps there. So just hoping to take away maybe a podium finish with it. Win would be great, but at least a top 3 would be what we're aiming for. Stay consistent and make our way into that final round.
Now, going on, I'm glad that you kind of brought me into that. Going into the next round, is there a track within the second bracket that is going to cause you any kind of hesitation, or are pretty much all the tracks on the schedule kind of driver friendly for Brandon Moore?
Well, you'll have to refresh my memory. I'm getting a little old here. What's the next tracks coming up besides Bristol?
Fair enough. We're gonna go to Nashville Super Speedway. We're gonna go to Dega, and then we're going to the Paperclip that is Martinsville. So mile and a half, mile and a quarter, what used to be called a super speedway, and then of course we're gonna go full blown Dega racing, followed by short track racing.
So I would probably say out of that group, obviously Dega's kind of the one that sticks out in everybody's mind, just for the fact that anything can happen at Dega. It could be a really good day, it could be a really bad day. Main thing there is just to keep the nose clean, keep it out of trouble, finish the race, and then maintain the points. And if you got a shot to win it, go try to win it, but don't be a hero and put your championship run on the line.
There you go. All right, buddy. Of course, last but not least, glad you were able to keep the shiny side up on that machine all night long. Amazing how it looks out there on track. How about a little shout out for your sponsors?
Yeah, I just want to thank all the fans coming out to watch a good race. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I want to thank you for always putting on a wonderful broadcast. You do an excellent job, and just hope we can maintain the momentum and maybe go out in there and get us a win at Bristol. That'd be nice.
Hey, with the championship meant as the same at the main is meant for the main goal. You're on a pretty good streak, right where you need it the most. Congratulations, sir.
All right, thank you, sir.
You got it. All right, let's go ahead and bring the one and only Jacob Carter on up. Jacob, I mentioned at the end of the broadcast, after watching you really burn it down, you got that number 20 Haviland Toyota to victory lane. On the back it says for Ken. It seems like you might have had a little extra passenger, or maybe some well wishes for somebody that is a friend of yours or whichever. What guided you not only to the win, but buddy, you've also if there was an award or a point for the biggest mover on the race, up 9 spots to P number 1, it would belong to you as well. Talk us through your race and your dedication.
Well, at first, if y'all remember, they wrecked, and James came up on my nose. I spun him out. It was just a mess, a wreck fest, and Brian actually called that one. He was like, turn 1, everybody's going to pile up. And sure enough, everybody did pile up. But all in all, the car felt great. We went into pits. We didn't take no tires because it's a road course. These tires are way better warm than cold.
Okay.
So the top 5, as I was talking to James Selner, the top 5 didn't even take tires. We just got gas, go. And I can't remember. I think Cameron Smith got in Brandon Moore's way. I got an advantage, and then I got past Brandon Moore, and He locked it up coming out of a turn.
Yep.
Shuffled me up the track. I was like, I ain't even running for anything. Ain't mad. Let's go. Let's still race or whatever. And then I was thinking to myself, please, Caleb and Brandon has to wreck. Caleb and Brandon has to wreck. And sure enough, Brandon tapped Caleb and said, "Oh no!" And I was like, "Oh yeah!" So I got past them, and all in all, a great car. Had a long break to clear my head, and here we are again in Victor Lane when I first come back. So.
Well, I got to give you another kudos here, sir. In practice, we saw a little bit of a few drivers playing around with the 111s. You ran your fastest lap or the fastest lap of everybody out there all night long. You put it in a 111.97 bracket all by yourself. Everybody else is in a 112.2s, maybe right around there. But 112.4s, 112.07, 113.99. I mean 112.70. The best before your last lap. I mean, so that goes to show you were really digging even to come to the checkers. A 112.97 on the last lap, and if I'm not mistaken, you had pit on lap 18. So halfway through, you were good to go, and you ran your fastest lap on the last lap. Walk us through that lap and how good that car felt.
Car felt amazing. I had one go-getter behind me, so I was like, I gotta go. So
yep.
I was pushing every corner, making sure everything was perfect, and I'm surprised. 111, dang.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
Yep. 111.97.
I could on practice, I could run probably like 111.7s here and there, but on old tires, on the last lap, that's impressive. So I didn't even know I ran that fast. All I said in my head is I got to go, or Brendan's going to come after me, and he's going to get it. So
there you go.
All in all, just great car. I mean, awesome car. All night.
I don't doubt it one bit. Next week, we're going to the last great Coliseum, Thunder Valley. It's Bristol, baby. How is the 20 when we're talking about short track racing?
Well, the 20 was great at the dirt. If y'all don't remember, me getting up to the front, then spinning out because I hit the apron and stuff. So this time it's pavement, so it's probably going to be a little bit better. Got to keep our mark, run our marks, and keep everything clean. Besides tonight, we didn't really keep everything clean. But just trying to stay out of people's way so they can race for a championship. I just wanted to come back and, make it big, and that's how we did it. We won. I don't even know how I won, but whatever. I hate these cars, by the way. Hate them.
And then finally, on the back, it says for Ken. Was this a dedication that you made, or was this just something that was this a scheme that you picked up out of Trading Paints?
Okay, so I made this scheme when Ken Block first died.
Okay, fair enough.
I made this scheme, and I haven't really touched bases on it, and I didn't even know this scheme was on there. So I was like, let's run it. We're gonna run it, and maybe Ken Block will help me steer myself to a win. And by God, I guess he was there with me today.
There you go. And of course, last but not least, I'm glad that you're able to keep the shiny side up on that number 20 Haviland machine. Any quick friends, family sponsors you need to get out there, sir?
Yeah. Just want to thank Haviland for letting me put their logo on my car, and I want to thank Brian for letting me come out here and race all week, and my kids and wife for letting me putting up with me, yelling at people all race long. And yeah, just can't thank anybody enough, and you for coming out here and putting up with our stuff too.
Definitely. Like I was telling a few of the people that were out there in chat tonight, Bod Fusion, Coffee NR, Dirty Bird, Expert Racing, and Race Lover. Broadcasting, streaming, and it's a labor of love. You gotta love what you're doing, otherwise, don't even bother. Been a big race fan for at least the last 30 years, we're going on 30 years, so absolutely glad to do it. Congratulations on this W, on to Bristol next week. Congratulations one more time.
I appreciate it.
You got it. All right, guys and girls, that is going to wrap it up for the Bump and Run iRacing Cup Series. Again, live from from Watkins Glen. Been a lot of fun. Glad to see a lot of old names and faces out there in the chat. And whether you were there on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, or through your iRock TV or iRock streaming device, thank you very, very much. Please don't forget, pound that subscribe button, pound the like. Make sure you keep the notifications on so you know when we go live, and we will see you again here very, very soon. In fact, might even have an early afternoon stream tomorrow night. The Toyota GR86, a new series out of the UK, kind of tabbed me and said, "Hey, Pete, would you mind coming to cover for us?" So I'll have that. I believe it's right around 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. It's 8 o'clock their time. And then, of course, tomorrow night, I will be back with the Turn Down for What iRacing Truck Series as they get towards the second half of their season. And of course, on Monday night, we'll be right back with Shake and Bake. So again, have a great night, everybody. Please do stay safe, do take care, and we'll see you somewhere else on another track. Later.